tanto. Voi avete mangiato?
No, esatto.
Stefano, hai lavato la faccia tu?
Domani sì, anche se non sei ovviamente non ti ho fatto né lavare, fa niente, non c'è niente. Sono puntualissimi.
Sì.
Vediamo ora che mi fanno di...
Quindi dobbiamo formare i comitati, giusto? O...
Sì, però dirà cosa sono, formali.
Infatti.
Comunque è facile, abbiamo solo due figure a base, tranne voi tre. Abbiamo tre gruppi di lavoro se non sbaglio.
Sì.
No, quattro gruppi.
Però anche già lo IOPA sono tre, se no.
Sono lo steering committee,
Sì.
il quality, il promotion e follow up.
Sì, sono tre questi, quindi sono tre.
E
E lo IOPA però è quello dopo o già da adesso?
Ma sì, qui sarebbe dopo, giustamente sarebbe dopo. Il fatto è che dovrebbero far girare dei template di cui ognuno nome e cognome. Ciao Ista.
Okay, everybody is here. We can start.
Yes.
This is the third session. We have two main activities in this session. The first one concerning project structure. This will be given by Mr. Stefano. The second component, forming committees. I will lead this part. So we can start by Stefano. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Is in the presentation?
Yes.
Concerning this the project structure, I think that I've been skipping from different slides. I think that in approximately 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, I conclude this presentation. And I want to start bringing your attention to a fundamental aspect of Open Factory project. It means that this project, this proposal, came from a call for proposal published, issued by European Commission in December 2018. This proposal, call for proposal, by European Commission is completely, exclusively for Egypt. And by this call for proposal, European Commission wanting especially to create a system in Egypt in order to provide, to implement major innovation challenge, major innovation challenge for Egyptian small, medium enterprises system. Why? Because in compliance with European Commission analysis, the innovation support ecosystem in Egypt is immature and fragmented. The private sector engagement and investment is too little. The academic and private sector collaboration is significantly disconnected. The access to innovation, input, data, knowledge, learning has not focal point for access, has no way for access. The modality, the possibility for a private system, I mean industrial systems, to access to finance is too poor. And concerning the energy and resource efficiency, we needed to invest in this sector. So from this topic, from this theme, from this challenge, Open Factory was born. Open Factory originated. In general, the call for proposal published by European Commission wished to promote a systemic change in the enterprise ecosystem in Egypt, supporting the inclusive economic development potential of Egypt and its private sector. Through addressing market failures and promoting innovative and sustainable private sector development, it aims to increase the opportunity for employment and income generation and enhance the capacity of a small, medium enterprises ecosystem and entrepreneurs to innovate. All of these aspects have been included in the Open Factory project. I suggest all of the partners in this proposal to take the call for proposal published by European Commission and to read through the text. Pay attention that Open Factory project addressed the lot number 2, because the proposal is divided in 3 lots. Open Factory is related to the lot number 2. A lot number 2 fosters the access to innovation enabling resources for Egyptian. Pay attention to these keywords: innovators, entrepreneurs, and growth small medium enterprises ecosystem. Innovators and entrepreneurs, along with makers, are our target groups. if you remember my presentation of work package number 4, I mentioned exactly this category: innovators, entrepreneurs, and of course, I added makers. To the knowledge, technologies, linkage, and innovative solution required to acquire and or build appropriate innovative product or process. The goal of Open Factory, indeed, is to facilitate the transition of textile and leather industries from a linear production process to a circular economy production process, involving innovative solution and digital solution. This approach needs to be improved, supported, and financed through an innovative resource portal. In our project, this resource portal is represented by the Factory of Change and the Open Innovation Portal, work package number 5 and work package number 6. The text that I'm reading now is extracted from the call for proposal. So please be careful with this document, and I suggest you all to read through. Again, which will also assist in securing on building technical and managerial skills. This sentence is represented in our project by work package number 4, where we are going to organize pilot non-formal training courses in order to reinforce, develop, train, upskill technical and managerial skills. Initiating business, because one of our target groups are aspiring entrepreneurs, and through work package number 4 and work package number 5, we are going to facilitate the process of startupping, and collaborative research linkage. Again, this is a references for our work package number 3, because this is the call ask for it. Collaborative research linkage. Indeed, during work package number 3, as Mr. Gamal explained this morning, we are going to produce 3 scientific reports, 1 per year, exploring, highlighting market trend, digital and circular approach which exist in Egypt, and also we are going to do a needs analysis of Egyptian context, trying to highlight the skills, knowledge, and competencies of our target groups. Then, the last bullet point, support the enterprise sector in improving quality and service attributes of product and service, offering to international accredited standard to enable them to exploit international market and trade agreements. Pay attention to these sentences. These sentences are reflected completely in our work package number 6. Indeed, through the Open Innovation Portal, we are going to create a huge window for our target groups, particularly enterprise ecosystem, to promote their product, but the same way to sell their product, because the Open Innovation Portal is composed also e-commerce platform. Move. So, our project. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Coming to our project, I'd like to point out some features and some characteristics. First of all, And I'm sorry if I skip to an argument to another, but it's important that you can capture, you can catch the key points that I'm going to present. And after this meeting, I'll be sharing this PowerPoint presentation with the lead applicant and the rest of the partners by the lead applicant support. So now it's important that you try to follow the key aspect that I presented. Now, the key tools for our activities. Here, I listed the key tools, the key instrument in order to manage with our project. They are divided into groups: narrative, administrative tools, and financial tools. You can read in the slide. Narrative group comprehend the full application, budget form, logical framework, grant contract, and annexes. Financial tools comprehend the general condition, the PRAG, and the companion, where are described all the rules for financial statement, for the recording, monitoring of the expenditure. I want to read this statement extracted from the application form. It concerns the mission of our project, but you have to relate this mission this mission to the sentences that I explained before, extracted from the call for the proposal. I mean that these aspects are strictly related. The mission of our project is strictly related to the call for proposal goals. Indeed, Open Factory is an international project aiming to seed and promote the systemic change in the enterprise ecosystem, supporting the inclusive economic development potential of Egypt and its private sector by bringing together, pay attention, innovators, makers, and traditional manufacturers, in our case from textile and leather industries, in both physical and digital environments. Why physical? This word refers to work package number 4 and work package number 5, and digital environments. This sentence is related to work package number 6, the Open Innovation Portal, and unlock their disruptive potential for social change. Reinvigorating the manufacturing sector is a complex task that requires transformation at the heart of production processes and models upon which our industrial society has been built. Generating this scale of shift in manufacturing will be made in areas conducive to open technology and circular green methods. Pay attention to these bold words: open technology and circular green methods. They refers to the strategy that we are going to apply and develop through Open Factory. It's called Eco ICT Smart Business Strategy. It means that through our activities, we have to facilitate the transition of production process of our industries, leather and textile, toward circular approach by open technology, I mean digital technology, and circular green method in the field of processes and products, where the manufacturing sector will come into contact with the emerging social eco-technology based maker movement. Maker movement here means innovators, makers, and aspiring entrepreneurs. That in the full application is called also open community. But they are our target groups. and we have to produce innovation and growth. Growth means also job creation. Growth means also improve the possibility to have new job chances. For who? Mainly for young people and women. This is the structure of the work package. This morning, Mr. Gamal, Mr. Azam, and myself presented the work package of Open Factory project. Here you can see the three levels in which the work package are organized. The first three work package represented the first level, and they are mainly related to coordination, quality, monitoring, policy, and analysis. Work package number 1 is related to management. Work package number 2 is related to advocacy activities. And work package number 3 is related to research activities. All of them, all together, can represent as well the so-called planning work package. The second level is composed of work package number 4 and work package number 5. They are related to training, experiences, and courses, work package number 4, and testing, accelerating experiences, work package number 5. So with the information we are able to collect and produce from the first level, we have to organize and develop the second level of activities. And finally, the third level, concerning promotion and networking activities, work package number 6 and work package number 7. Work package number 6 concerns the Open Innovation Portal. It means promotion and selling as well, but also networking. And work package number 7 is related to dissemination, exploitation, and legacy. If you read the application form, each work package can be considered as a standalone block. But in the process, through the implementation, these work packages are strictly connected. It means that, for example, from the result of work package number, we can start the activities of work package number 4. Because as it's written in the application form, one of the results of work package number 3 is the competency framework. I mean, the skills, knowledge, and competencies of our target groups that we are going to use to create the training program into work package number 4. So in this sense, for example, they are strictly related. This is the picture of our picture to explain our project, but I'd like to present it in a further step. So not now. So I move ahead. Here there are you have the overall objective and the specific objective. I don't read now because I need to be quicker. But as I said before, I share this PowerPoint presentation, and the overall objective as well specific objective can extracted from the statement that I presented a couple of minutes ago, talking about the call for proposal. In another word, our idea is to create sustainable models for industrial process and products within the industrial sector of Egypt, particularly textile, and leather industries. Bringing together specific categories like makers, innovators, and aspiring entrepreneurs. Here, I want to present some key concepts that we are going to manage during our activities. In blue, you can see keywords, key content concerning digitalization. In green, you can see keywords and content concerning circularity. And in white, in the white bold, you can see cross-cutting themes. If you read the application form in the work package number 4, these are the key topics to use to create the training program. For example, in terms of digitalization, we are going to work with three-dimensional printers, prototyping system, data collecting, open source digital fabrication, innovation design, robotic. In terms of circularity, we are going to work with the recycle, reuse, remanufacture, circular, reverse logistic, and of course, we will also work with the cross-cutting issue, business management, marketing, problem solving, canvas model, business plan, critical thinking. We are going to work with these categories with our target groups. And concerning target groups, I'd like to remind you some key elements. The number, first of all, the number, because the European Commission will check this indicator. So it means that during the project we have to involve 150 textile and leather micro, small, medium enterprises in terms of entrepreneurs, manufacturers in Egypt. 150. 20 makers, 20 social digital innovators, 20 start-uppers and or aspiring entrepreneurs. Pay attention, 50% of all of our group of target groups has to be represented by youth and women. This is reported in the application form, but this is also a requested of call for. Okay? Here you have a key definition of each of those groups that can be considered as a strange group. For example, what does it mean, maker? Maker can be defined as a person, of course, a man or a woman, which work, which act, has the technological hobbies of the 21st century. They have a strong passion for technology, design, art, sustainability, alternative business models. They live sharing their interest on online communities, dreaming of inventing self-made products to live through their own invention. Usually they can have a technical IC, creative sector, higher diploma, and or a university degree in engineering, for example, or computer science or creative sector. And they can also have some previous experience and capabilities in the ICT sectors. So it means that when we are going to select this group within the target groups, pay attention to this definition. And we have to select and involve in our activities 20 makers. Here you have the definition of social digital innovator. I don't read the text because I share the PowerPoint. Anyway, in brackets, social digital innovators are people, men and or women, which have a genuinely, a deeply passion for science and technology, for social innovation and new ideas. They can have graduated, or they can be graduated, or they can have a higher diploma as well. Okay? So pay attention to this definition when you are going to select this category. And of course, here you have the definition of startupper and aspiring entrepreneurs. This project, anyway, as reported in the full application, will have to have final beneficiaries. Final beneficiaries are those groups will have advantage of our project activity and result, particularly after the project closure. But we have to be able to involve them as well during the project activities. You have a list of the key groups to be involved in our activities as beneficiaries and as well as stakeholders. Pay attention that the call for proposal, highlight and promote a strong collaboration, so-called triple helix, among three categories: academia, research, and private sector. It means industries. Particularly during work package number 2, you have to be able to involve in the forum as established in the work package number 2 these kind of categories. Triple helix. You can see this specification in this PowerPoint presentation anyway. And now, coming to the conclusion. I want to present a final point. This is a short presentation of the first year activity. It means from the month number 1 to the month 12. This project, as we have been informed, started the 1st February. It means that it will run for the first year until the end of January 2021. This is the first period to be reported to European Commission, I mean to the European delegation to Egypt. 12 months. The lead applicant with the collaboration of co-applicants has to present to the European delegation the narrative report and the financial statement concerning the first year of activity. Each of us should have received from the lead applicant for the first period, for this period, the resources in terms of budget in order to implement the activity of the first year. During this first year, 12 months, we are going to work particularly through through 4 work packages. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 7. The rest of work package will be developed starting from the second year, okay? And for the first year, the total cost are those as reported at the bottom of this slide. This is the timetable of the first year of activity. 12 months, the work package assigned for this period, and pay attention that, as reported in the full application, the first 2 months should be dedicated to the inception phase, a preparatory phase where, for example, the first International Steering Committee should be organized and delivered. And in red, pay attention to the description in the slide. A communication and visibility plan should be defined and shared with the European delegation. So the lead applicant is requested to produce a communication visibility plan now in these first 2 months, and then this plan has to be shared and agreed by the European delegation. It's compulsory. Of course, during this period, other instrument tools, particularly related to work package number 1, has to be produced. For example, bilateral agreement, a management handbook, a legacy plan, the establishment of the first working groups. But here you can see from the color the duration of each work package assigned in the first year, and as well when it starts and when it's finished. Pay attention, see full application at the paragraph 2.1.3, indicative action plan for implementing the action. I reported here in this slide in another form what it was written in this paragraph within the application form. And at the end, at the month 12, the lead applicant will have 1 month, 30 days, to produce the first interim report with narrative and financial reporting. And for the first year, I present here the list of activity and output that we are compulsory requested to produce per each work package assigned in the first year. So here you have activity and deliverable related to work package number 1. Pay attention to the deliverable in red, because it's compulsory to be shared with the European Commission in this period, now, in the first 2 months. You have here the list of activity concerning, again, the work package number 1.
Sir Stefano, I have to interrupt you because we have to re-invite you in a new meeting.
Okay.
Because the 40 minutes is past.
Okay.
Okay. can go on, Mr. Stefano.
Yes, thanks. Can you see the presentation?
Not yet. Okay, now we see it.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Just to resume this important part of this presentation concerning the first year. You have here the action plan, okay, with the color of each work package assigned the first year. As I said before, European Commission will check now the first year of activity at the end of the 12 months, when the lead applicant will be requested to produce the narrative and financial reports. Going ahead with the presentation, I listed exactly, precisely, for each work package assigned to this first year, the list of products and activity which are compulsory to be produced in this period. Don't forget that the first 2 months are related to the inception phase. It is a preparatory phase in order to produce the deliverable that you can see in this slide, from month number 1 to month number 2. Among these deliverables, pay particular attention to that one in red, because it is a compulsory deliverable to be produced now and then to immediately share with the European delegation. It has to be accepted and agreed by European delegation. I won't read through each deliverable. You can read after the meeting by yourself. But now, if you have some question, please let me know. I did the same presentation for each VP, as you can. When I say each VP, I mean those VP only assigned to the first year of activities. For package number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 7. The other VP will start later on after the first year. Now our effort, resources, and time has to be focused and target to this period. If we fail at the end of these 12 months with the deliverable and activities, the risk is to have reduced the resources of the second year. Commission can cut the resources of the second years, okay? Finally, I'd like to remind you that the document to be used for administrative narrative description targets and activities are mainly two: the full application form and the logical framework. It is an annex of the full application. I kindly ask the lead applicant to share it as well with the partners, because it is an instrument that the European Commission will ask to for control and for check. And it is an instrument that has to be updated constantly through indicators and description. So please, I kindly advise you to become confident with this tool called Logical Framework. Thank you so much. If you have some question, please let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Stefano.
There is a
Yes.
strong noise.
Thank you, Mr. Stefano, for this excellent presentation. Really, this was an excellent presentation. Now we move to the second part concerning forming the basic committee of the project. We have three basic committees. The first one, International Steering Committee. The second one, Quality Assurance Committee. The third one is Promotion and Follow-up Committee. All partners, we have 8 partners. We have Cairo University, IMC, NRC, Link Campus University, Laser Industry, Textile Industry, Projet de Sud, Circum Advisor. All these partners should participate in the project committees. So I think we can, in this meeting, it is a chance to be together, all the partners, representative of all partners, to form these committees. So we give about 5 to 10 minutes to each partner to discuss between you, and then we announce the names that can be participated in each one of these committees. So within 5 to 10 minutes, please, unless you have any other ideas. Do you have something, Mr. Stefano? Yes.
Mr. Gamal, if I can, can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Can I just briefly introduce the working groups? Can I? Mr. Gamal?
Yes.
Can I very briefly introduce the working groups?
Okay, go ahead.
As you explained a couple of minutes ago, but this project has 7 working groups. They are strategic to the project activities. They are embedded in all work package. But pay attention, this is fundamental. They are functional for reporting activities to a European delegation. And they are composed of staff and or external resources, for example, target group or stakeholders. It depends on the category of working groups. But they are functional for reporting activities to European delegation. It means that working groups is a strategy for us to produce also reports, timesheet for a European Commission. But for example, instead of describing or saying in the document, Mr. Gamal did this, Mr. Azem did this, Mr. Stefanobini did this. Instead of explain to European Commission the activities done in this way, some working groups have been proposed and now will be established. Each group, for example, the first one, the International Steering Committee, has a proper focus of activity. The International Steering Committee, ISC, is composed of each partner, so totally 8 members, and particularly is composed of the project coordinator of each co-applicant and lead applicant. It is involved particularly in management and quality activity with some key tasks. He has to produce some key documents, management handbook, communication visibility plan, and is strictly related to the activity concerning work package number 1. It means that when myself, I'm going to produce the timesheet for the lead applicant, in the description of the activity, instead of using the first person, I do, I make, I'm going to use the strategic word. Through the International Steering Committee, I attended the first International Steering Committee meeting. So it's a strategic way in order to describe our activities. And if I can suggest Mr. Gamal, the right way to have the list of the name of each person, including in each target group, I suggest Mr. Gamal to circulate a template, very simple. It is asked the name, the surname, the email address, the organization, and the position within the project. For example, in my case, on behalf of Progetto Sud, myself will be the member of the International Steering Committee, because in the budget form I am the project coordinator of Progetto Sud for Open Factory project. So I suggest to circulate a sheet where you are going to ask these references: name, surname, email, or name of the organization, and position in the project. Pay attention, only those people reflected in the budget form can be assigned to these working groups. One person can be a member of more than one working group. For example, the Quality Assurance Committee is another group to be established in this period, inception phase period. Again, 8 members. It means 1 per partner. Again, myself will be the member for Progetto Sud. Again, the use of this working group is strategic for the description of the activities before the European Commission. Not for other kind of goals. And the same way we have to manage the promotion and follow-up committee. Again, 8 members means 1 per organization. Because when we are going to, for example, just another example, when we are going to describe the activity we produced, developed through work package number 1, we can refer to these working groups in the timesheet. And you, as lead applicant, you can refer to this working group when you are going to produce the narrative report for the European Commission. Okay? Because in the application form, we cannot describe the name of the person involved in a specific activity. We needed a group of persons, in this case called working groups, in charge of developing implementing some specific activities. This is useful for us for narrative records, but also for the European Commission that immediately can check and evaluate our activities, because it can identify immediately the groups. My suggestion is to circulate a template after this 2 days meeting, where you are going to request the name, surname, email, name organization, a position within the project in terms of budget, because only staff person can be member of working groups. Because you can ask resources, I mean money, to European Commission only for staff members, not external, only staff. Any question?
Is there any questions? No questions from our attendees.
Okay, it's important when each partner will assign a member, it's important that it is clear the topics, the task and the goal of each group. For example, each of us in the budget form has an administrative resource, an administrative person. Concerning the characteristics, the skills, the knowledge, the expertise of an administrative person, it cannot be fit, suitable to be a member of the International Steering Committee. Okay? Preferably, she or he can a member of a promotion and follow-up committee. Because, for example, she or he can in charge to send email, promotional message, promotional information, organizing a workshop. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Continue.
Good.
Please.
Good. And you have to assume the same approach for each working group. But in phase fundamental to establish National Steering Committee, Quality Assurance Committee, Promotion Follow-up Committee. Since the month 3, month 4, I suggest anyway to create, to form the National Open Factory Task Force group. It is a group involved in the work package number 2 concerning institutional advocacy activities. It is composed of 6 members. Again, all of these members has to be assigned to the budget. It means staff members. And I suggest as well to establish during the next month the National Scientific Team, because it is involved in the work package 3 activities. Wait to establish the other working groups the second year. And the composition, I mean the template you are going to fulfill with our contact and references is a deliverable for a European Commission. Is a deliverable, because the establishment of working groups is a key activities of work package number 1. And the name and references of each member within each working group established is a deliverable. If I can skip, I suggest, because it's fundamental in this phase, to start to work to produce the logo and the graphic layout of this project. The logo, because I can say that each template you are going to circulate should have in the official template, project template, with the logo of this project, Open Factory. So you should inform your graphic designer to work on this frame. And you have the budget to do it. You have the budget in the application form. But it's fundamental that since now this project will be recognized externally, outside. And I suggest anyway to inform European delegation, if you don't, if you already if you don't already done it, to inform European delegation that the first International Steering Committee meeting has held in Cairo on these days, on that date, today and tomorrow, because the European delegation now has to be informed of our activities. Because one of the topics that I'd like to point out is to create a good and strong relation with the European delegation. To work to suitable management tools and to provide financial and activities monitoring regularly during these 12 months in order to create a mutual trust among partners and you as lead applicant and European delegation. It is fundamental. Open Factory is a demanding project, very ambitious, but at the same time, if we work step by step, we could achieve a very good and innovative result for all the applicants in the consortium, and for the Egyptian contest, of course. Only 2 projects have been selected and awarded by European Commission, the Lot 2. Only 2 in a global competition. One of these is Open Factory. It means that the European delegation recognize Open Factory as very innovative for the goals and the objective that we are talking about this morning. Any question, Mr. Mal or partners?
Do you have any questions? No questions. I think, as you promised in the beginning of your presentation, you will send all this PowerPoint presentation, your presentation.
Of course. I will share it with you. I'll be happy to do it.
If you can
sorry?
send it, as you like, if you can send it to me, I will share it with the partners.
Of course.
From Egypt.
Of course.
I distributed template with all names of participants with regular information.
But I want to suggest that the first tool to be used to comprehend the Open Factory is the application form. And as I said this morning, the work package can be read and analyzed as a stand-alone block. But they are strictly connected in terms of activities and result. But if you want to comprehend, you can read, for example, today the work package number 1 and tomorrow the work package number 6 as a stand-alone unit block.
Any more questions? No question, Mr. Stefano. I thank you a lot for this excellent presentation. I congratulate you for this good one. Thank you. Now we move to the next session concerning budget of the project, and it will be presented quickly by Dr. Hazim.
Actually, can we have this presentation today by the evening to be able to decide which work group are going to join? If you please, can you share this presentation today to be able to choose which work group can we join, which one to be.
So when Stefano will send it to us?
Can you send it today, Mr. Stefano?
At the end of the meeting tomorrow afternoon, I send you the presentation.
Good.
Tomorrow or today, Mr. Stefano?
Tomorrow.
Actually, especially for the work groups, definitions and the job description for each work group, please send it today.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Excuse me, we need at least the work groups definition and the job description for each work group today to read it and be able to assign the people for this work group tomorrow.
Okay, but of course, I will send it tomorrow, no problem. But all of the description
Actually,
find,
sorry, Stefan, for the interruption.
you can find in this presentation are reported in the full application. So the first evidence is the full application ever. For 3 years, the full application will be our Holy Bible.
بيقول لك في الابلكيشن هتلاقي فيه كل حاجه لو ضغطنا يبعتها بكره هو عايز
Okay, so we come to the fourth session. Hazim and Abdullah Inan. Hazim, please.
دكتور حازم دكتور حازم we need
Hello everybody. May I go with you quickly over the budget? This is the budget distribution as per the project for the entire 3 years of time frame of the project, distributed by partners, of course, and this is in EU, and this is what is called direct cost, because in the budget we have two elements of the budget: direct cost and indirect cost. Direct cost where there is a specific items in the budget for spending them, and indirect cost is for overhead where no receipts are required to submit for indirect cost, and the indirect cost is 7% of the direct cost. So for everyone here, for example, if we talk about NRC and we assume that they got in the budget 100K euros. Then they are entitled for about 7,000 euros in direct cost. Okay? And these amounts are not what has been transferred, because what has been transferred is about 10% of this, because what has been transferred to us is just the advanced installment of budget for the project. So each one has got approximately 10% out of this. And for the Egyptian partners, according to the regulations here in Egypt, they have to get the equivalent in Egyptian pounds, not in euros. And if I may iterate this in Arabic, دي الميزانية اللي متوزعة على 3 سنين بتوع المشروع. اللي تحول لينا هو كجامعة القاهرة هو فقط الدفعة المقدمة حوالي 10%، فبالتالي كل شريك من الشركاء اللي حوالينا خد 10% تقريبا من المبلغ ده. المبلغ ده بيسمى المصروفات المباشرة، يعني في عندنا مصروفات مباشرة وفي مصروفات غير مباشرة. المصروفات المباشرة زي اللي تشمل المكافآت اللي هتتصرف للموظفين العاملين أو باحثين اللي عاملين على مشروع، بتشمل الميزانية اللي هنشتري بيها أجهزة كمبيوتر أو مستلزمات كمبيوتر أو بنشتري بيها أدوات مكتبية إلخ. المصاريف الغير مباشرة تبقى 7% من المباشرة، دي بتمثل العبء الإضافي للمؤسسة نفسها، ودي ما بيبقاش ليها وضع تاني في الحسابات. يعني المصاريف المباشرة بيبقى كل طرف مطالب إن يقدم إيصالات بشكل معين ليها ويصرفها بطريقة معينة. بمعنى شارينا مثلا جهاز كمبيوتر، يبقى في طريقة للشراء وفي طريقة لتقديم الإيصال بتاع الشراء. المصاريف الغير مباشرة ما هياش كده. المصاريف الغير مباشرة مش مطلوب إيصالاته ولا في مرونة أكتر في صرفها. بتقول إن في 7% للجهة أو بشكل ما أو من المصاريف المباشرة. If we talk about the budget and how it is distributed, the budget, the direct cost of the budget includes several items. One of them is salaries for staff, research staff, and administrative staff. So we will find it divided as follows. For example, here we find salaries, gross salaries, including for different partners, for researchers, and then we find part for administrators and part for accountants, etc. as a staff cost. We find also in the budget, and this is distributed over the 3 years. We find the total for the 3 years and the distribution of them. And you have copy of the budget, detailed copy of the budget. This is a snapshot only of the budget. We find here administrative support staff. Then we find part of the budget for per diem, for attending meetings, for attending conferences, etc., for travel, etc. And the per diem varies depending on whether the person is a European person who will come to Egypt, so he or she will have to have a hotel room, etc., and several other expenditure that are not applicable to the Egyptians. Okay, so you find the amounts varying for the per diem, and there is for travel. And there is difference between international travel and the local travel and local transportation. And again, it is distributed as per partners. Some of the items are with Cairo University, but this does not mean necessarily that it is for Cairo University team only. Some of them, Cairo University is assigned to them, like the per diem, to spend for all others. Like when we organize, for example, an international conference with more than 100 attendees. We can't, from the industry, from the two industries. So we will have the per diem with Cairo University to spend on the different participants in those conferences, etc. And we find also part for equipment and supplies. And here we have stationary supplies and we have computer supplies. Stationary supplies for some of us are allowed a certain amount of money to spend on stationery. And the stationery supplies includes paper for computers, photocopiers, etc. Includes also toner for computers, printers, etc. Pencils, pens, almost everything that you can find in such a store for office stationery. And you find also, some of us, special printers. For example, you have a budget for special printers, so etc. Some of them, some of us, I mean, may have budget for furniture as well, or for rental of office space. Okay. Each one of those will have its rules. For example, if we want to buy stationery, we want to go for bidding. We will go to a recognized stationery office supplies store and buy from them and get official receipt for this. And we have to notice something. All the budget is fully tax-free from both European and Egyptians taxes. So if you wanted to buy an equivalent, a computer for example, you have to buy it for Egyptians. You have to buy it either a European brand or a non-European brand manufactured in Europe. And in that one, you are exempted from the European VAT taxes. You don't pay it and you will get a proof document for this. You give it to the dealer or you buy from them to get exemption from this, and this is considerable amount. And you also get exemption from both customs, Egyptian customs, and any additional taxes on purchase, sales tax, all sales tax, you are getting exempted from them. As well, the staff cost for Egyptians is tax-free. However, if you go for a large item, if you, for example, want to buy a special printer for 10,000 or 20,000 euros, then you go for bidding. And the bidding we talk about is according to European rules, not according to Egyptian rules, not according to law 89 for the year 98 and its modifications. No, you go for it according to European rules, which are more flexible than the Egyptian rules for bidding.
We have interrupted to start the session again because
We will reconnect now.
Okay.
If I may reiterate what I said in Arabic for the benefits of our Egyptian partners. لما هننشئ الميزانية تشمل جزء مكافآت للعاملين على المشروع، تشمل جزء شراء أجهزة كمبيوتر ومستلزماتها، جزء أدوات مكتبية، ممكن نروح أي مكتبة سمير معالي مثلا على سبيل المثال للحصر ونشتري منها.
الأجزاء دي بنسب معينة ولا؟
بنسب معينة، مبالغ معينة محددة في الميزانية. محددة في الميزانية. فما نقدرش نتخطاها. ممكن نعمل مناقله من بند لبند في 25%، وبعد ما ناخد موافقه نغير. انما لازم نلتزم باللي موجود في الميزانيه، لان ده اللي اتوافق عليه بالحرف. تقريبا الادوات المكتبيه تقريبا كل حاجه في مكتبات سمير وعلي، معيرجي، برناسوس، كل المكتبات دي اي حاجه موجوده فيها تدخل تحت تقريبا ادوات مكتبيه. من حبارات لورق بانواع مختلفه، لاقلام، لدباسات، لخرامات، لفولدرز وكلاسيرات، كل ده يدخل تحت ادوات مكتبيه. بس نلتزم بالمبلغ، ونلتزم برضه بان احنا نصرف المبلغ في مواعيده، يعني ما نرحلش من شهر لشهر. لا، نلتزم على قدر الامكان بايه؟ ما نجيش مثلا نقول احنا مش هنشتري ادوات مكتبيه دلوقتي ونيجي في اخر المشروع نشتري ادوات مكتبيه للمشروع كله، ما ينفعش، مش هتقبل، وهيبقى او هترفض ده من الاتحاد الاوروبي. فاول باول الحاجات اللي معموله شهري نستهلكها شهري، ونستهلكها بالكامل ومش من غير ما نزيد عنها. لو هنشتري حاجات كبيره يبقى لازم اجراءات مناقصات. حاجات بسيطه زي الستيشن وزي مش محتاجين مناقصه. نروح مكتبه من المكتبات المعروفه اللي بتدي ايصال بالكمبيوتر وناخد منهم، وهنقدم لهم ما يثبت ان احنا معفيين من الضرائب، هتفرق كتير في الاسعار. لان ضريبه المبيعات ما ندفعهاش، ضريبه الجمارك فيها عديد من الضرائب مش هندفعها.
بالنسبه للسوفت وير.
نعم. والسوفت وير نفس الكلام، كله نفس الكلام. كله نفس الكلام. نعم. حسب البادجت، مع حسب البادجت لكل واحد، حسب الميزانيه لكل واحد.
هيجيله الميزانيه بتاعته متحدد فيها كل حاجه.
حسب الميزانيه لكل واحد.
الايتمز اللي محتاجه مناقصه.
نعم.
الايتمز اللي محتاجه مناقصه. ستارتنج من مبلغ كام؟
هو بص حضراتكم، انا برضو المعلومات اللي انا بقولها دي دلوقتي يستحب ان احنا نراجعها لسبب بسيط جدا. انا بقولها اعتمادا على خبره من مشروعات سابقه مع الاتحاد الاوروبي. كان المفروض ان يبقى عندنا اجتماع امبارح في جامعه القاهره مع بعثه الاتحاد الاوروبي عشان يقولوا لنا القواعد اللي دلوقتي شغاله، لان ممكن يكون في حاجه اتعدلت. فمش عايز اقول ابتداء من مبلغ كذا عشان ده ممكن يكون اتغير.
طب منين ممكن نحصل؟
نعم؟
منين ممكن نحصل عليها؟
ليه؟
من الدخول منين نجيبها يعني؟
من بعثة الاتحاد الاوروبي هنا في ابراج ساويرس على النيل. جنب في ابراج ساويرس على النيل، البرج الابلي اللي جنب فندق فريمون.
معلش العنوان تاني يا دكتور؟
جنبيكم ابراج ساويرس، البرج الابلي. اوكي. فتقدروا تجيبوا منهم وتواصلوا معاهم مع بعثة الاتحاد الاوروبي. If we go back, the budget covers a number of possible items. Those items vary from one partner to another. So everyone has to stick 100% to the budget as approved by the EU. No violation and no extension of anyone. We are allowed to transfer funds from one item to another item with maximum of 25% after only getting approval from the EU. So if we want to move some funds from one item to another, from a budget item to another budget item, we are allowed to do this within our rules, that not exceeding 25% of the item. And we have to have an approval of the EU before doing the change, not after. There is also items for publications, for expenditure, for conferences, etc. For financial third parties, where there will be an auditor for the project as a whole, from outside all partners. This is the rule for the EU rule. There is a budget allocated for this, and then there is the indirect cost, which is 7% of the direct cost. And as I said, the indirect cost is more flexible in spending. No receipts are required as per se. Thanks a lot. Any questions?
Mr. Azim.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Stefano, go ahead.
Just a note. Thanks for your explanation concerning the budget. I want only to remark two aspects. The first one is that it is important that each partner can become aware about how to spend the direct cost, also reading the justification sheet in the Excel budget form. Indeed, in fact, each budget line has been explained in this sheet called justification. So please be confident, each partner, with this instrument. The second point I'd like to point out is that the financial tools in order to manage with the eligible cost and in general with expenditure, including procurement procedures, are the PRAG, the companion, and the general condition. These are the three key fundamental tools to be used for the management of the expenditures. Fine, the last point, last but not least, is a request to produce, as described in the work package 1, a bilateral agreement between you as lead applicant and us as co-applicant, each co-applicant, where all the duty, task, and resources assigned to each partner has to be agreed bilaterally. The bilateral agreement is a tool, is a deliverable of the work package number 1. It is a contract between you as lead applicant and us as co-applicant, with the duty, task, role in the project, and the budget resources assigned to implement this task and role. That's all.
Thank you a lot.
What?
Any more comments or questions? Okay, then we close for today, and we will resume tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Cairo local time, 9 o'clock Central European time. Okay, see you.
Thank you so much.
You are
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Okay,
Bye.
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 Thank you very much. Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.